Is your menstrual cycle out of whack, or do you have cystic acne or hormonal migraines or terrible cramps and PMS every month? Or just feel like you have low energy and something's off? Well, watch this video for 5 ways to naturally balance your hormones and get back to feeling like yourself. What's up, guys? I'm Katie, the creator of Work Smarter, Not Harder, Hormonal Health and Fitness for Women, and I'm so happy that you landed on my channel. I share low stress, natural remedies for rebalancing your hormones so you can lose weight, live symptom free, and make every day a good day. So make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified every time I make a new video. Okay, on to the 5 best tips. And a little bit about me in case you didn't know. But I used to struggle with terrible hormonal imbalances and the inability to lose weight for years. I tried about everything from calorie restriction to keto to cardio and intermittent fasting in order to lose weight, and it really messed with my hormones. My periods, my moods, everything was off, and my body and my mind were just not physically satisfied with the food that I was eating. And it was coming out in all sorts of ways in every aspect of my life, from brain fog and low energy, low motivation, relationship strains, and anxiety and depression. And getting caught in the stress cycle really affected my body and my hormones, and it just kept snowballing. So, I'm going to share with you everything that I've learned over the past couple of years as I've been healing my hormones naturally through diet and female centered biohacking around supplements and fitness. And the male and female bodies are very different. And still today, most health and fitness research is conducted only on men because women's bodies present a few issues that make it difficult for researchers to work with. Number one being pregnancy. Researchers tend to not want to deal with health implications of pregnancy and unborn fetus and some doing tests. And the other reason, which I actually think is kind of funny and kind of ridiculous, is that men's bodies are easier to study because they're the same day after day. On the other hand, women's bodies and metabolisms and hormones are constantly fluctuating throughout the month, which makes it harder to standardize results. And this very fact is evidence alone, however, that the results of these studies are not applicable to us when they were not conducted on us for these very important reasons. So, as women, we need to really consider our hormones every day when looking at health and fitness and self care because our physiological needs vary on a cyclical basis. So, I help women to get into alignment with their hormones and cycles in order to eliminate unwanted symptoms, gain energy, finally release excess weight, by helping them to figure out where their hormones are at and where things are getting out of whack so we know what to do and how to fix it, and teaching them methods of how to work with their hormones rather than against them. And this is the essence of work smarter and not harder. So, okay, first things first. Tip number 1 is to balance your blood sugar. And this is important because our blood sugar controls insulin, and insulin controls all of the other hormones in the body. It affects estrogen production, testosterone, cortisol, progesterone, and all of which interact with each other. So when blood sugar is thrown off repeatedly, it can throw other hormones out of whack. And this is a key factor behind PMS, PMDD, and other hormonal imbalance symptoms and disorders such as PCOS. So there is a blood test that will actually measure fasting glucose that you can ask for. If you think that you might have PCOS or PCOS symptoms, this is a good test to get done to make sure that your blood sugar is stable throughout the day. Another way to make sure your blood sugar is stable is to incorporate protein in every meal. You don't want to eat carbs without protein or fiber. Eating unopposed carbs really spikes blood sugar and insulin levels, which throws hormones out of whack. And this leads to the second step, which is you want to reduce your stress, especially in the second half of your cycle, which is called the luteal phase. And stress can be mental and emotional, and it can also be physical. So physical stress is the type where we are over-exercising or not getting enough sleep or eating foods that spike our blood sugar or cause inflammation. So eating foods can actually cause physical stress on the body. The major problem with stress is that when stress is increased, it releases cortisol, the stress hormone, and that interferes with the production of progesterone, which we need to relax and counteract the effects of estrogen. Not having enough progesterone is the leading cause of PMS and hormonal imbalance, so it's really important to reduce all forms of stress in order to produce enough progesterone. Good ways to reduce mental and emotional stress are to meditate, to spend time in nature, cuddle with a pet, which releases oxytocin that counteracts cortisol, same as with laughing with a friend. So, the third tip that you can use to balance your hormones naturally is you want to support your liver health. And this also includes getting rid of chemicals in your environment. Endocrine disrupting chemicals are everywhere, and that includes in makeup, cleaning products, other toxic fragrances around. Your skin absorbs 60% of what you put on it. So, make sure that what you're using in your everyday life is good quality because the body is absorbing it. And the liver is responsible for clearing out toxins as well as built up old hormones. So make sure that the liver is not overburdened and able to function well. This is hugely important for keeping hormonal balance. Even if you eat the cleanest diet on the planet, but you're using chemical-laden stuff in your everyday life, then your hormones might be out of whack. And there's a lot of endocrine disruptors out there like BPA and pesticides. So it's really important to know what you're putting in and on your body. And a good resource, if you're curious about this, is the Think Dirty app. And it's a free app that will tell you about your products and what's in them. And you just have to scan its barcode, and it's really quick and easy and a great way to get info on what's in your products. So the fourth tip to balance your hormones naturally is to boost your gut health. And the gut plays a really important role in producing hormones, but also in assimilating the nutrients that our bodies need in order to make the right hormones at the right time. So to really promote gut health, I recommend that everyone take a daily probiotic. And if you feel like your digestion could be compromised or you're having diarrhea, constipation, bloating, or acid reflux, you might want to try an elimination diet to see if some of the foods that you have been eating are not agreeing with you. And this leads to tip number 5, which is to focus on getting enough of the right types of nutrients and micronutrients as well. And the best way to do this is through eating a balanced diet that has enough protein in order to balance your blood sugar and give you the amino acids that you need to build the hormones that you need throughout the month. And also, we want to focus on getting the right vitamins, minerals, and micronutrients that facilitate the body's processes for clearing out and detoxifying estrogen, as well as creating new hormones. It's important to focus on magnesium, B vitamins, vitamin C, zinc, and D, which is also a hormone. Vitamin D is important for weight loss, and if you have trouble losing weight or your hair falls out, you might be low in vitamin D. And even if you live in a sunny climate, you still might be deficient in it because your body may not be properly converting it. A lot of people are deficient in vitamin D and they don't know it. For me personally, taking vitamin D has been a thing that makes me feel so much better. I was probably deficient actually, and I really had no idea. So now the last little bonus thing that I'll add to this is just patience and how important it is to have patience with yourself and with your body, because I know it can be frustrating when you've struggled with this for years and months and you're ready for things to just get going again. But the thing is, with naturally healing your body and letting your body heal itself, it takes a little bit of time, and that's totally fine. And I think it's just important to manage our expectations and know that if we're doing the right things, our body will come back into balance. And PMS, PCOS, and all of the other hormonal conditions that I've mentioned here are completely reversible. So give things about 3 months and then reevaluate where you're at. And if you keep track of symptoms while you're working to balance your hormones, check back at about 3 months and see what has changed for you. Are your symptoms getting better, worse, no change? How's the process been going for you? And if you want a copy of my daily hormone reboot planner, which also serves as a way to track food, supplements, sleep, and symptoms, you can drop a yes in the comments and I'll be sure to get it to you. It's a really great way to keep track of what's working and not working for you in order to help you adjust and get on the fast track to living symptom-free and losing weight. It's a great way to be able to compare and contrast where you are now from where you were a few months ago. So yeah, I recommend just getting a copy of that. It's completely free. Just let me know. And those are all really the tips that I have for you right now. I really hope that this video gave you some clarity and sort of helps you figure out your next steps of where to go from here. And if you'd like any additional support, please feel free to reach out and I'd be happy to chat with you. I love talking about this stuff. I find it really fascinating. And I also know that, women deserve to feel good. And it's time for the health and fitness information out there to really catch up with serving our needs and supporting women to actually feel better. So make sure to follow me on Instagram for more tips of how to balance your hormones through diet and lifestyle. I've learned so much over the years of correcting my hormonal imbalances, so I just want to share this knowledge with all of you because I know that it's such a valuable type of information that is hard to find out there. So if you want to join a community of women who are working to heal their hormones and rebalance naturally, I actually have a Facebook group called the Women's Wellness Connection. And it's a place where you can ask some questions and talk about your hormonal balance process and your struggles, your wins, whatever's on your mind. And I'll leave the link to the group and my Instagram down at the bottom. So make sure that you like and subscribe if you haven't already. And in the comments, tell me different ways that you've found that have helped you balance your hormones. I think we could all use more advice on the subject because a lot of people struggle with it. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.